Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's July 17th. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thanks for joining us here for 3 News Now, where we bring you your top headlines from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. In case you were not aware, today is National Tattoo Day. Happy National Tattoo Day. Here's a fun fact from the Red Cross. If you do get a tattoo today, there is no waiting period in the state of Ohio as long as you do it at a licensed facility. So if you're out getting a tattoo today, you can donate blood, which is something that we do need right now. So that's a fun fact for you, courtesy of the Red Cross and National Tattoo Day. We've got a lot to cover for you today. We'll also have Polk Jr. with us live. He'll be talking about virtual Velosano, the Cleveland Clinic's cancer fundraiser, which WKYC is a partner for. He'll be hosting the Kickoff tonight with MAUREEN Kyle, so we're going to talk to him about what we can expect from that. I'm sure that will be a lot of fun. Now let's get into our updates from yesterday. There was a lot that happened yesterday. Governor Mike DeWine, of course, had his press conference as was expected, and now we know that masks are required in 19 Ohio counties. A couple of the counties that were added yesterday that have bumped up to a level 3 alert, that's the red alert in that color-coded system from Governor Mike DeWine, include Athens, Delaware, Licking, and Union counties. So under that alert system now, masks are mandated in public in those places, as well as a total of 19 counties here in Ohio. Here are some of the factors just to give you an idea of what are the things that are bumping these counties up to level 3. In Athens, there were at least 3 outbreaks at local bars. All of those bars temporarily closed due to staff cases of COVID-19. In Delaware County, there were a number of travelers who contracted COVID-19 while in the state of Florida, which we know is experiencing record number of cases and also record number of deaths in the state of Florida. And in Licking County, there have been some cases in long-term care facilities, which is something we saw here in Ohio, but almost 3/4 of the cases in Licking County have come from outside congregate settings. That means when people are not living in those communal, being in those big areas. So that indicates a lot of community spread in Licking County. And there was also a small outbreak there at a house of worship for people who were observing religious observations. And in Union County, the daily average of cases has quadrupled over the last 3 weeks. Union County has experienced new cases due to travel outside of Ohio. That includes to places that have been hit particularly hard by COVID-19, Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina, as well as routine travel to neighboring counties. So keep that in mind if you're living in a county that's near a level 3 alert. Governor Mike DeWine has asked that we all wear masks. Medical professionals have asked that we all wear masks. So they're only mandated in the level 3 counties, but in Union County, that went up due to travel in and out of neighboring counties. So just keep that in mind. As of yesterday, there are now 19 counties that are at a level 3 alert here in Ohio. Cuyahoga County remains at a level 3 alert. We are no longer on the watch list to be bumped up to the most serious level 4 purple alert. We do have that full list on WKYC.com, so make sure you check that out. And according to the state mandate, children 10 and up are also included in that mask mandate for those level 3 counties. Check your county-specific regulations, however, because counties and cities and municipalities can pass their own ordinances, and that might require children as young as possibly 6 and up to wear those masks in public. Now let's take a look at the numbers that came in yesterday when we got those new numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health. Cases were down, but we did in the state of Ohio pass a total of 70,000 cases for the first time, and deaths were also up quite a bit. However, hospitalizations and ICU admissions were down yesterday. So our total number of confirmed cases here in the state of Ohio related to COVID-19 is now 70,601 with 1,290 new cases reported yesterday. We have been over 1,000 for the new cases reported for the past week. Now, the number of presumed recovered cases at this time is 48,330, according to the Ohio Department of Health. So that means 68% of the people who are known to have had COVID-19 have recovered. That also means 32% of those cases are active right now. So dating back to March, 1/3 of the cases we've known about in the state of Ohio are active right now, according to the Ohio Department of Health. Our positivity rate has gone down a little bit. It's now at 6.2%, but that is still above the World Health Organization's recommended threshold of 5%. So that means here in Ohio, for every COVID-19 test that we do, 6.2% of those are coming back positive. The total number of deaths now in Ohio related to COVID-19 is 3,103. So if you compare that to the total number of cases we are aware of, which is 70,601, that's 4.4%. So 4.4% of the known cases in Ohio have resulted in death related to COVID-19. And yesterday we saw an increase in new deaths reported. There were 28 new deaths reported yesterday. That's up from 6 from the previous day, 5 the day before that, and 6 the day before that. So this is quite the increase. We do see that number bouncing around a lot. We're back to 28 new deaths reported yesterday. There were 115 new hospitalizations reported yesterday, bringing that total number dating back to March 9th to 9,324. So if you look at the percentage of people who are currently in the hospital right now, that's 1,024 people who are currently in the hospital right now. So that's 11% of those cases, 11% of all the people that have been known to have COVID-19, have known to have been hospitalized with COVID-19, are in the hospital right now. Yesterday, we saw 20 new ICU admissions, and there are now 310 people in the ICU right now. So that brings that to 30% of all the people hospitalized are getting treatment in the ICU. And the total number of people who have been treated in the ICU related to COVID-19 is now 2,280 here in the state of Ohio. Yesterday, the U.S. hit a not-so-great milestone. We had 77,000 new cases recorded yesterday. That's a new high. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. There were a record number of confirmed infections and deaths in the states in the South and the West yesterday. So the total was about 77,300 new cases across the U.S. on Thursday. That's 10,000 more new cases in the entire U.S. than was reported on Wednesday. Here to give you a little bit of perspective about that, there are more than 160 countries around the world that have yet to record 70,000 total cases of COVID-19 throughout the pandemic. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. The U.S. has now reached a total of 3.6 million cases, and nearly 1.1 million people have recovered, so that is good news. But there have also been more than 138,000 deaths related to COVID-19 across the U.S. Back on June 30th, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's leading infectious disease expert, said that he would not be surprised if we got up to 100,000 new cases being reported per day in the U.S. if this doesn't turn around. Now, back on June 30th, that's less than a month ago, there were about 40,000 new cases per day being reported. So we have almost doubled that in the last month. In Texas, yesterday, there were 10,000 new cases reported for the third straight day and 129 additional deaths. Florida hit a record yesterday with 156 COVID-19 deaths and 13,965 cases. So the U.S. is definitely seeing some record numbers that we are not very excited about. Now we're going to change gears because something that does not take a break for the pandemic is cancer. So we are going to bring Mike Polk Jr. on, and we are going to talk about virtual Velosano. So this is an event that the Cleveland Clinic puts on, and it is an effort to raise money for cancer here in Northeast Ohio. Right now, he'll be hosting the Kickoff tonight at 6 p.m. with Maureen Kyle from 3 News. There he is. Hello, Mike Polk Jr. How are you doing today?
Can you believe we pulled this off?
I am so excited to see you live here. Not quite in the flesh.
Could you see how panicked I was coming in and out of the room to try and get this right? Were you able to witness that?
I did. I saw the request to go live, and I thought, okay, this is a little early. I don't know if that's going to work.
I didn't want to blow it. Here's the thing, guys. I know that nobody has any idea of what we're talking about, and that's a shame. But this is my first time that I'm doing Instagram Live of any sort, and this is a complicated way to start. And poor Stephanie, who wanted me to come on and talk about Velosano, which is we're going to get to. That's why I'm wearing this great shirt, and it's very important.
Excellent.
By the way, I didn't wash this after the promo we shot. I reek right now. Big mistake. And all right, regardless.
Good thing it's virtual.
I don't know how to do Instagram Live, and so she had to coach me last night how to do this on Instagram Live to walk me through it like a tutorial. But in my defense, and by the way, I know we're like on some kind of probably a time restraint for some reason.
We're not, because it's the internet.
The internet doesn't care. Like, there's worse ways people are wasting other people's time on the internet than what we're doing right now. How are you so still? Do you have your thing on like some kind of a tripod, a monopod of some sort?
I absolutely have this on a tripod. There's a whole lighting situation.
Okay, because I've had coffee, so it just looks like... All right, here, hold on. So tell me, though, if you've never used Instagram before, like I don't, and I know this is where the world is at now, but if you've never used it before and then you were given this instruction, I was like, hey, Stephanie, do you still need me on the show tomorrow? What do you need from me? And what do I have to do? Here's what she sent me. Now tell me, I'm particularly talking to people who are not as internet savvy, if there are any people watching this.
But yet are watching this Instagram Live. Go on.
I don't know. The way I've done it, this is her. The way I've done it in the past with Ben, shout out to Ben, Axelrod, is I text him when I'm about to go live on the WKYC Instagram, and he comes in the live stream and watches it, and then I'll cue him up and say that I'm about to bring him in. So when I do that, you need to leave the stream and then come back into it right away. And when you come back into it, it gives you the option to request to go live with me. And you tap it, and then we're live together. What? I was like, what? What do I need?
What about that?
Do I need like an engineering degree to go live on it? I didn't know what you were talking about. But anyways, we did it. Thank you for the tutorial last night. I'm a far wiser man for it. I can now do this all the time, I guess.
I was just going to say, I hope to see many more Mike Polk Jr. Instagram Live sessions now that you know how to make it happen.
This is the last time I'll ever do this until you ask me to do something again, just so you know, probably. But still, it's nice to know.
Did you hear that, everyone? 3 News Now has Mike Polk Jr. exclusivity. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from
that's true. Absolutely. So anyways, let's talk about Velosano, which is an amazing cause that's been going on for a long time. This is my first year participating in it. And it's the first year that it's virtual. Normally, it's a big bike ride thing. I see you've been raising money very effectively. Great job on that. Everybody rides bikes, but because of there's a pandemic, I'm not going to get into that. That's going on. And because of that, they made it virtual this year. So you don't even have to ride a bike, which I kind of came out in the perfect year for somebody who's not like an exercise nut exactly. But they did ask me to sort of, it's myself and MAUREEN Kyle are going to be emceeing like a kickoff event for Velosano weekend online tonight at 6 p.m. Right? That's right.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you. I knew that.
That's what I said.
So we're going to be doing that, and so we're just inviting people to come to that and check that out and watch us just talk about Velosano, talk to some people whose lives it has touched, have a little bit of fun. From what I understand, we are also, if you're not even a charitable person, and there are a lot of people out there who are not charitable and might not wish to help others, but even if you just want to watch me fumble through this, where, again, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, and then raffle off a Lexus. They're raffling off a 2-year lease on a Lexus. That's probably a surprise that I was told not to say. But there have been so many meetings, and it all runs together. But anyways, they're raffling off a Lexus, too, and you can win a Lexus somehow. So that's happening tonight.
Well, now I'm sold. I mean, I was excited about watching you and MAUREEN host it and seeing what kinds of fun things are going on, but I'm sure I'm probably not eligible to win the Lexus, but that's fine. I'm still excited about that.
We can do it through some kind of we'll have your cousin win it or something like that, and then they can give it to you. But it is a great cause. All the money raised goes towards cancer research. And it's been very helpful to a lot of people, and we're going to do the best we can under weird circumstances this year. And this, just so you know, this is the year that everybody has been encouraged to find different ways outside of bike riding to raise money. What are some of the things that you have been doing, Stephanie, to try and raise money?
Well, getting active in a lot of ways. Of course, Winston and I have been going on a lot of walks. I did push-ups the other day to raise money. That was pretty effective. We got a couple $100 in donations just from me doing some push-ups on Instagram Live. So thank you to everyone who participated and donated in that. That was fun for most everyone except for me, who showed my 4 push-up form.
Well, you look ripped,
fine.
so I think it worked well. But yeah, so everybody's finding different ways to do it, and everybody's been really supportive throughout this again weird year for Velosano, and we're gonna make it even weirder tonight at 6 p.m. if you want to tune in. Look, a lot of people aren't going to bars, in my opinion, wisely so. No offense to local businesses, everybody stay home though, and you might not have anything to do on a Friday night at 6 p.m. And if you don't, it's sort of like going out, join us.
I'm sure it will be a very happy hour. How long is the live stream kickoff? Do you know that?
It's scheduled. It's scheduled very tightly, and it's only supposed to go, I think, like 2 hours or so, or an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. It's gonna go. I can already tell you, it's gonna go long. I'm gonna be rambling. Everything's gonna be thrown off. That's good. That whole itinerary is just going out the window. And we're just going to see, we're going to get weird and see where it goes.
Perfect. I think that's what people are here for. That's exactly what people want from their virtual Velosano kickoff, hosted by you and, of course, Maureen Kyle. And it's not too late for people to get involved. You can still make donations. People can still even sign up if they want to do something active. Is that a special guest you have over there?
That's McDuff, my cat, ignoring me like the cold son of a gun he is. We live together. Acknowledge me. He won't. Just such a jerk.
That's kind of the cat thing,
He's been like this since we've been quarantined together. Like, we're starting to wear on each other a little bit. But we're getting through it, aren't we, bud? You bet.
He's the silent type.
We've got our own thing going on. But anyways, Velosano tonight, 6 p.m. I know how to use Instagram Live. I'm wearing this shirt. I'll be wearing bike shorts tonight, ladies.
Enough of a reason to tune in.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it's really gonna be something. Win Alexis, do some good, and I'm gonna try and work on my relationship.
And, awesome. I'm really proud of you, Mike, and thank you for joining us on 3 News Now today.
No problem. I'm going back to bed.
And now, bothering you to do this much earlier than you probably would like to, more often than you probably would like to.
All right, great. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Stephanie.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Now, you'll get rid of me, right?
Yes. We are saying goodbye to Mike right now.
I don't have to hit anything?
Nope.
Okay, great.
All right. That was Mike Polk Jr. He'll be hosting the virtual Velosano kickoff tonight. That's happening at 6 p.m. He'll be hosting that with our very own Maureen Kyle. WKYC is a media partner of Velosano. And we also have a team, Team WKYC. We've all been raising money for cancer research. You can go to our fundraising page, which we have linked on WKYC.com. You can see all the team members there. If you are so inclined to donate, I also have a link to my fundraising page that's in my Twitter bio and also in my Instagram bio at _Stephanie Haney. Any contribution is very much appreciated. A couple more stories for you today. Cedar Point is making access pass changes for 4 now of the park's most popular roller coasters. Earlier, they had made access pass changes to Steel Vengeance, Millennium Force, and the Maverick. Now you can add Top Thrill Dragster to that list, which will happen when it opens. It's not open just yet. Park spokesperson Tony Clark said there will also now be a second distribution time for these access passes. They were previously being passed out around 11 a.m., but now they'll also be passed out around 3:30 p.m. So there's a limited number of these access passes. What it does is it gives you a 1-hour window to return to the ride when you can then get in line. And this is to make sure that Cedar Point can follow along with all of those physical distancing protocols. And there are a handful of other attractions. As I said, Top Thrill Dragster is not open just yet. There are some other attractions that are closed at this time. We have that full list for you on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And we're going to end things on a sweet note today. We want to let you know about the 4 Bros and a Sis lemonade stand. These are siblings who are serving up lemonade and sweet treats and smiles in Akron. This lemonade stand, by the way, has been running for more than 2 years. They had a little bit of a snafu 2 years ago when they got kind of flagged for not having a permit, but now everything is up and running and they are happily delivering all kinds of flavors of lemonades for people
in the Akron area. So this is on East Market Street in Akron. So if you're in the Akron area, you can slide by, get yourself some lemonade, get yourself a treat. Brenda Knowles Swain says that all she wants is for them to be nice kids in the community and help each other, and they're definitely doing that. They've had all kinds of people stop by to get their lemonade. They've got blueberry flavored lemonade, pineapple flavored lemonade, of course, the usual staple, lemon flavored lemonade, and they are happy for every single customer that stops by. So if you're in the Akron area, maybe check that out. Guaranteed to bring a smile to your face. That's it for our 3 News Now early update for Friday, July 17th. I'll be back here at 2 p.m. as soon as we get those updated numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health. I'm Stephanie Haney. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your morning. We'll see you back here in just a little bit.